Fisher football receives an award. The GOP targets New York healthcare, and details on the terrorist attack in London.
All that and more, next on Fisher News.
Welcome to Fisher News. I'm Julian Winters.
And I'm Evan Bordas. On March 18th, the St. John Fisher football team held their annual banquet. During their banquet, their head coach, along with the team, was awarded with the Semper Fidelis Award. This outstanding award was presented to the head coach and the team by the United States Marine Corps. Due to Fisher's ability to lead the national anthem at the game in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where they were told the national anthem would not be played.
Oh, say the Star-Spangled Banner wave, of the free and of the
Hello all, and welcome to Fisher Sports Desk. I'm your host, Ricky Barton. In today's segment, we will discuss both men's and women's lacrosse, the Fisher baseball team, as well as the opening rounds of craziness that is March Madness. First, we'll start with men's lacrosse. Fisher took on the Oswego State Lakers on the 19th of March.
So let's get right into the action. Cardinals down 3-2 in the second quarter. Danny Turk dodges behind the cage, wraps around. No defender picks him up. Goal. Cardinals tie it up 3-3. Man up opportunity here. Rosso to Turk to Papianikos. Back to Rosso. Turk. Pappy around the goal. Goal. Nick Papianikos makes the lead 8-5 Cardinals. The Cardinals would go on to win 8-7. Drew Brown led the way with 3 goals. Now we're into the girls' action here. Women's lacrosse playing Oneonta. Jordan Johnson from behind takes her defender. Goal. 3-1 in the first half. Moving on, Cardinals moving the ball around. Jordan Johnson gets it from behind, finds an open Claire Bolin for the goal. Cardinals would go on to win 16-8 and move on to 3-0. Claire Bolin with 5 goals, 3 ground balls, and 2 caused turnovers.
Fisher baseball also earned a big win over the weekend against nationally ranked Keene University with a score of 7-1. The Cardinals came out hot in the second inning, scoring all 7 of their runs. 5 of those 7 runs came from home runs by the bats of Evan Ryan and Scott Eisenman. Anthony Brophy earned the W on the mound and is now 4-0 on the season. The first 2 rounds of the men's NCAA March Madness tournament were played last weekend as millions of brackets were busted. The opening round of the tournament saw major upsets as the #1 seed Villanova suffered a defeat from the 8th seeded Wisconsin Badgers. And 2nd seeded Louisville, as well as Duke, both got upset in the second round. Check back in next week during our episode and see what madness ensues in the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 rounds of the tournament. This has been Ricky Barton with your Fisher Sports Desk update.
Throughout this week, St. John Fisher is celebrating philanthropy by hosting events each day on campus. The purpose of this is to inform students about the importance of giving back to the campus community. As of right now, there are only 2 more days left, but there is still an opportunity to explore and enjoy the rest of the events on campus.
St. John Fisher softball continues to dominate Division III. The team came out in first place in the Citrus Games in Florida, giving the team an 8-2 record. The team's success is centered around junior Lindsay Thayer's outstanding pitching, who totaled 79 strikeouts for the season.
2 programs in St. John Fisher College, Wegman School of Nursing, are among the top 200 graduate programs in the country, according to a ranking by U.S. News and World Report. Fisher ranked 136 for best nursing schools, masters, and 122 for best nursing schools. Doctor of Nursing Practice on the 2018 edition of the publication's Best Grad Schools list. There are more than 100 nursing programs in New York State alone, said Dr. Diane Cooney Minor, dean of the school. To be among the top 200 in the country is a testament to the high-quality education, and we provide the achievements of our graduates.
This month, St. John Fisher College will host its 15th annual Relay for Life, an inspirational 12-hour event to celebrate and honor those who have been affected by cancer. Students, faculty, staff, and community members alike come together in a family-friendly, high-energy atmosphere, not only to remember, but to fight back against cancer by walking together towards a cure. Scheduled for 6 p.m. Friday, March 31st to 6 a.m. the following morning, Relay for Life will fill the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Athletic Center with ceremonies, games, prizes, food, and live performances. Participants can register online by visiting the Relay for Life webpage or in person the day of the event. Currently, 16 teams and 58 participants have raised approximately $4,425 for the American Cancer Society, a co-host of the event with Fisher's Colleges Against Cancer.
The St. John Fisher College Sports Management Program has announced that Gail Hunter, Vice President of Public Affairs and Event Management at the Golden State Warriors, will be honored as the program's 2017 Sport Management Manager of the Year during the awards ceremony this April. We are honored that Ms. Hunter will be accepting this award at our celebration at our Oak Hill Country Club, said Dr. Todd Harrison, Department Chair. She is a true testament to perseverance and aspirational work ethic in the sport industry. She is an ideal role model for sport management students and practitioners alike.
We'll be right back with City and State News.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
A man was found in Tyrone Park in Irondequoit with multiple stab wounds. Police found the man in a driveway at the park around 3 a.m. on Tuesday. The victim is in critical condition and is expected to live.
President Trump's proposed budget cut will be devastating to the families who have their kids in an after-school or summer program. The result of his budget proposed plan will be $1.2 billion cut to these programs. Parents and those who run these programs are nervous for what may happen if this budget cut becomes reality. For example, a program called Rochester Child First Program has 45 children enrolled that could potentially see a loss in their enrollment and their funding. This program and others has a positive impact on children and their lifestyles. In this respect to this fact, President Trump's proposed budget cut would not be good for the programs and the families who have children enrolled in these type of programs.
Webster police say that a State Road Elementary School teacher has been arrested accused of recording 2 female students with his cell phone while they were changing clothes inside a bathroom earlier this month. According to the police, Terrace Hochter, 44, was arrested and arraigned Wednesday and charged with 2 counts of each felony unlawful surveillance in the 2nd degree and endangering the welfare of a child. The phone was found propped up on a stand in the corner of the bathroom. Police said that it was placed there between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on March 3rd.
Businessman and philanthropist David Rockefeller died on Monday in his home in Pimlico Hills in New York at the age of 101. David Rockefeller was the youngest of 6 children of Standard Oil founder John D. Rockefeller. Rockefeller spent most of his life as the executive of the J.P. Morgan Chase Corporation and spent much of his earnings on supporting arts, education, preserving wilderness, and providing health care.
2 parents in Palmyra were arrested Monday and charged with having marijuana in their home. State police were called into the home on Monday for an unrelated incident. Troopers say that Michael and Barbara Hucks, both 37, left marijuana out where their 2 children could have had access to it. The marijuana was spotted by troopers while they were in the home. Both were charged and issued appearance tickets for endangering the welfare of a child and unlawful possession of marijuana. They're scheduled to appear in court on April 4th at 7 p.m.
A proposal from the national's capital could have a big impact on New York State's capital. As part of the American Health Care Act, if passed, the proposal could end a requirement that counties pay a share of Medicaid. It will only apply to New York State and then only to counties outside of New York City. It was added to the Republican health care bill in an effort to win support from Republican members of Congress from upstate. Governor Andrew Cuomo says the move would devastate health care for hundreds of thousands of people and force hospitals and clinics to close, leading to thousands of lost jobs.
Stay tuned for national and global news.
With the groove, show proof, keep it smooth as I bust the move. Ayo, step in swiftly, with me, keep up. If not, just stop, pop a spot, put your feet up, read up, pay attention, listen to the melody. Remember what you heard, got my words to the spelling bee. Top notch, got them all jumping like hopscotch, or jumping rope like double dutch in the air. Show me what you got, keep it hot like the heater. You thinking you a treat, cause you're sweet, but I'm sweeter. Leader of the pack, cause they all stay behind me. I'm old school, you don't skip tracks, you rewind me. Find me, working on my craft.
Welcome back to Fisher News. Exactly 1 year after Brussels' a terror attack, there was fear and confusion in London today. The British Parliament was put under lockdown after an incident police are considering terror. The footage you are about to see contains content some viewers may find disturbing due to its graphic content. Scott McLean has the latest.
The MPS has responded to an incident in the area of Parliament Square, and the Senior National Coordinator has declared this a terrorist incident.
The seat of British power quickly became the scene of chaos today after an incident police are treating as terrorism.
We were just coming across the bridge and then we just heard a bang and then we just saw 3 people in the road.
Witnesses describe a car barreling down the Westminster Bridge, hitting pedestrians.
We saw the car ploughed into a lady. There was bodies, literally.
Must have been about 10
At least
bodies.
10, 12 bodies.
Shot.
The car then crashed into the gates of Parliament, which was packed with lawmakers. It was quickly put under lockdown after a police officer was stabbed outside.
I saw a man force his way through a security gate. He went straight for a police officer, wrestled him to the ground. Then another police officer approached. The attacker got up and walked towards him with his arm outstretched, carrying a weapon.
The attacker was shot by police, who believe the suspect acted alone.
And whilst we currently believe there was only one attacker, I'm sure the public will understand us taking every precaution in locking down and searching the area as thoroughly and exhaustively as possible.
At least 3 people are dead, as well as the assailant, and 20 are injured, according to police. Tourists were trapped on the London Eye as the scene unfolded. Part of London's Underground was closed, and police closed off a large section of central London. I'm Scott McLean reporting.
The civil war in South Sudan continues into its 3rd year, and journalists have uncovered many heartbreaking scenes of starvation and violence. With the government in South Sudan blocking foreign aid to many cities, 11-year-old James Abel became so malnourished that he could barely move. Abel, who managed to seek sanctuary in a children's hospital, reports seeing his parents being shot in front of him. The conflict started when the president of the newly formed South Sudan accused the vice president of plotting a coup, causing the vice president, Riek Machar, to start an anti-government movement. An estimated 300,000 people have been killed, and 3.5 million have been displaced.
Defense Secretary James Mattis testified in front of Congress Wednesday to ask for $30 billion extra. He says the military needs the money to get back to readiness. He cited threats from terrorist groups and nations like Russia, North Korea, and China. Mattis declined to identify specific security gaps, saying he did not want to embolden enemies with that information. President Donald Trump proposed $54 billion increase to military spending in his budget, but that money will not be available until next year. The $30 billion Mattis is seeking is an add-on for this year's military budget.
Police found a mother and a daughter shot to death inside their suburban Atlanta home early Wednesday morning. They also found an unharmed 8-month-old child in the same home. Authorities say that the mother was in her 40s and the daughter was in her mid-20s. Officials apprehended a suspect nearby and are investigating the crime. The infant is with the family members.
Babies getting massages. A boy and a dog found common ground, and a billionaire pilots a cyberbot. Coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
If you're like me, when you hear baby and pamper, you only think of one thing. Well, now there's a whole new way to pamper your baby thanks to an Australian spa that's just for the little ones. No, really. Baby Spa Perth offers spa services for newborns ranging from infant massage to hydrotherapy. The spa says treatments may improve sleep and promote muscle growth. Besides, what better way for a newborn to unwind after a grueling day of sleeping all day? Meet Carter and Rowdy, two best friends brought together by the same rare skin condition, vitiligo. 8-year-old Carter Blanchard had been struggling to come to terms with his unique condition, but his mom says all of that changed a year ago when the unlikely pair met online and formed a long-distance digital relationship. After Portland's KATU shared their story, viewer donations poured in, helping to fund a cross-country meet and greet of the two new BFFs. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos went all Tony Stark at a tech conference over the weekend, donning a 14-foot-tall mechanical robot suit. Bezos tweeted a photo of himself testing out the giant suit at the company's exclusive Mars conference. The conference focuses on machine learning, home automation, and apparently robotic galactic domination. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
UK scientists have been given the go-ahead to carry out treatment that will make it possible for babies to be made from 3 parents. And that's all the news we have for today. For this and our other Cardinal Television programs, check out us on Time Warner Cable Channel 12.
Also be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Cardinal Television Fisher. For Fisher News, I'm Julian Winters.
And I'm Evan Bordas.